right. Well, thanks for tuning in. My name is Jacob Brown, co-founder of USA Health Plans. This video today is really going to be centered around the group major medical and how to present and how to get the enrollment process going. So this is really an A to Z, just focused on group major medical. Not going to really focus on anything else. So, as you have questions, you can type them in the chat box. For those of you that are on live today, I'll address them at the end of the call or as we go through. But to really kind of kick this thing off, first of all, we have our several group platforms up here. SBA, there's a different video for that you can watch. Has a lot of application. I'll lightly touch where you can use SBA, but really, this is going to be focused on the major medical piece here. Now, some of you may just only do individual, and you've never done group, and you kind of shy away from it, and it's costing you a fortune to shy away from this because there is a lot of money to be made here, and it's actually really, really easy. In a lot of ways, it's easier than individual. For starters, the group major medical product that we're using here, it's really the exact same as the individual product that you're selling. So if you're already selling, that EBA offering with the Cigna PPO network, if you're already selling that on the individual market to, the individuals, then there's no reason you can't do it in group because the benefits are identical. The only difference is going to be, well, someone else is paying for the coverage. And the other difference would be, just the way we underwrite. Whenever you're enrolling in this as an individual, you're underwritten individually. When you're enrolling as a group, you're underwritten as a group, right? So they're either going to approve the entire group at the same rate, or they're going to decline the entire group. There's no, picking and choosing, but benefit-wise, it's all the exact same. So, definitely don't shy away from this just because you've never done group. It's I'm going to make that as simple as possible today to help you put these groups on the books. So, separately, on the individual product, if there's an employer that wants to pay for that, there is a list bill process we need to set up, not the usual individual flow. Totally separate video. There's like a 6-minute video you can watch of how to set up the individual to be on a list bill with an employer paid. Again, separate video for individual enrollment. Today, we're going to talk about what happens when the employer wants to offer this coverage to their entire group and obviously sponsor it and pay for it. So even though this says info, this is really enrollment ready. Just because the point of sale, the actual enrollment's not occurring right there because we have to set up the group first before we can enroll. But all the items you need to quote and enroll is really all right here. So first of all, I want to talk about the no-sale states. These are states that we can add if need be. We just have to have demand there. We have to have boots on the ground. We're just not, going to pay fees when we really don't have, anything going on in these states. New York would be the only exception. But it's important that you recognize that we're looking at where the company is domiciled. We do not care where the employees are at. So for example, if you're looking here and you see that it's not available in New York, right? But you're in Jersey and the company's in Jersey and they have employees in New York, well, that's totally fine, right? Because the company is domiciled in Jersey. Again, we don't care where the employees are at. We're looking at where the company's domiciled. So this matches the individual product, so nothing different there. But when you're looking at rates, the main thing to really take away from USA Health Plans and the model we've put together for you is we're really not in the business of just like producing quotes. We are truly in the business of producing binding, final, underwritten rates, okay? And, the model I'm going to show you today is going to apply to a ton of your groups, okay? And we can make it really easy, and I'm going to give you some talking points that will give you an advantage in the field, over a lot of different medical products that are out there. First of all, there's three different rate classes. There's a rate class for groups 2 to 9. There's a rate class for groups 10 to 49, and there's a rate class for groups 50 plus. Now, there's really only 2 sheets here because there's only, we underwrite these groups a little bit different. So when you're looking at groups 2 to 9 and you're looking at groups 10 plus, the only difference between groups 2 to 9 and groups 10 plus is how we underwrite. Groups 2 to 9, we do need to take full applications on all of the employees. Okay, we're going to, on groups 10 plus, we can do census-based underwriting. We don't need a single application on any employee, right? So the enrollment process, the underwriting process and then enrollment process are different between groups 10 plus and groups 2 to 9. Otherwise, I mean, the actual benefits are the exact same. So don't feel like you're having to learn a lot of product here. I mean, it's one product, okay? Pretty simple. So let's look at, how these groups rates look like. But first of all, it's important to understand when I'm saying groups 2 to 9, I'm talking about the number of employee households enrolling. When I'm saying groups 10 plus, again, I'm talking about the number of employee households enrolling. I do not care if there are 25 full-time employees. If there are only 9 enrolling for coverage, then that's a group of 2 to 9. Make sense? If there's 11 enrolling, then that's a group of 10 plus. We're looking at the number of employees enrolling, okay? Because both of, all of these plans are built on no participation rates. So the underwritten rate that we're going to produce for you is purely on who's enrolling. So again, this will go down to 2 households.